Alright, well, we are starting day 3. And a lovely stay here at the Forest Lodge. Absolutely gorgeous. Good breakfast, and we're ready to go. I'm going to start the route. We got 10 miles today, so this is actually an easy day. But we'll start out here on the road. And then once we get back up to where that little cutoff was, where I came out to get to the bed and breakfast, and then we're on. We just follow the canal today, and then up through the and then finally we will end in Fort Augustus today. So it's only 10.2 miles, and I remember I made this last year pretty quick, so no real rush today. So off we go. I'm feeling really good this morning. I slept really well. Had a really good dinner last night at this I'll pass it up here in a few minutes, the farmhouse kitchen, or farm kitchen, something like that. Yeah, this is the one kind of sketchy until we get up here to the trail again. We're on a busy road. Just be careful. Yeah, this farmhouse kitchen that's up here, that's where I had dinner last night. Had a good hamburger and a beer. And it's just a short walk to where I was staying. But yeah, this is where I had dinner last night. Really good food. South Laggan. Anyway, I will cut the video until I get back on the trail. Well, I am off the road now and back on the trail. So, say goodbye to South Laggan. And away we go into the forest. I'll follow the highway here for a bit, so we'll kind of hear it in the distance, but at least we're not on the road anymore. I always hate that little section. It's stressful. But it's only like a quarter of a mile, maybe a little bit more than that. Try to get into Fort Augustus kind of early today. Maybe set up and do some time-lapse pictures with the locks. Hopefully boats will be going in and out. I remember last year I didn't set the camera up, but it'd be nice to have a time-lapse of the boats coming and going. This year I actually have a little mini tripod I can use. A nice good, I love the sausage here, that's the thing. I don't know what brand, it's like, seems like every hotel is using the same brand, but I really like it. Whatever brand of sausage everybody's using, I like it. It's really good. A couple of fried eggs and some coffee. And it was good to go. Well, this is the Laggan train station. Seems kind of abandoned. I don't know if it ever sees trains anymore. Probably not. I don't think so. Maybe not. Looks pretty. Well, pretty much the end of the line. Up there it ends. Laggan. So we'll follow the railroad tracks for a little bit. Yeah, this is a really short day for me, so this is, I think I've only got 8.8 miles left to go, and I've really just started, so I think it's like 10 miles total. So we'll be in Fort Augustus in no time at all. But kind of a cool old train station in Laggan. Let me take a picture of that. And I don't remember this from last year either, for some reason. Maybe I just wasn't paying much attention. Yeah, let's go. There we go. Let's track straight or the platform straight. Onward we go. Well, come to a little rest stop here. Pretty cool little spot. I do not remember this from last year. I feel like I'm not remembering much of today. Like that train station. I don't remember the train station from last year, but so I don't know if the trail has shifted this year to a different side, because I kind of vaguely remember it feels like we were on the other side of the, but I'm only, I don't know, about a little over 3 miles into today, but kind of wanted to take a break since it's a pretty short day. So anyway, I'm going to take a little break and drink some water. Come back in a minute. Well, this is the little spot that I took a break. I'm going to leave it and head on down the trail. Let's see here. Get myself situated again. Every time you stop, you gotta get everything snapped back together. But, yep, beautiful little rest stop that I don't remember from last year. So I feel like the trail has changed routes or something. Still following this canal, but I don't know. I feel like I'll have to go back and look at pictures, but it feels like last year we were on the other side, but maybe not. Maybe my memory is just not accurate. But yeah, this whole stretch doesn't feel, this feels new. Like I haven't been here before. Whereas day one, I remember every little spot along that trail. I'm always coming across these little places where an old chimney or something is. Building used to be here. No longer here. Just the chimney. But yeah, super nice day. And oh, I forgot to turn my watch back on. But we've come 3.7 miles of the 10 that I need to do today. So I've been going 83 minutes, but I haven't really been in any rush to get there in any particular time. Weather looks like it's going to hold out all day today, so that's good. Alright, on way to Fort Augustus. Yeah, the more I go, the more I think this is a completely different route than the last year. I just don't remember any of this section. So I have a feeling they've moved the trail from the other side of the... Maybe that was a temporary thing for forestry reasons. They had it over on the other side last year. But I don't remember this little tunnel thing coming up. But so that's kind of nice. It's like having a whole new trail, because it feels very different. Like day one, I really remembered everything, and day two, I pretty much remembered everything except for that little place where maybe I got lost, or maybe that was exactly the way it was. I just don't remember. I feel like that bridge felt different, but this definitely feels different. But yeah, as long as I'm following that waterway, I'll get to Fort Augustus. But it's a different vantage point, I think, from last year. But probably coming up on close to 4 miles since I started this morning. But I haven't pulled probably about a mile since I took the break. Yeah, looks like a sign coming up here. Let's see what this sign says. Sly knock Tenig Guthbeth. There we go. Sheila knock Tanik Gubi. The Great Glen has always been an important east-west route, but until the 1700s there was no proper road, so journeys were slow and difficult. General Wade's military roads, built from 1725 onwards, were the first improvements. Other new roads, bridges, and the Caledonian Canal followed in the 1800s. With the spread of railways, it must have seemed logically, and still does. With the spread of railways, it must have seemed logical, and it still does, that there should be a railway through the Great Glen. Indeed, this tunnel was part of Inverary and Fort Augustus Railway, built between 1897 and 1903, which was intended to be the first stretch of a Fort William Inverness Railway. Its tracks, bridges, and tunnels were all built to a standard high enough for a main line route, but was not to be. Competition between different Highland Railway companies meant that the second stretch of railway to Inverness was never completed. This meant financial disaster for the Inverary and Fort Augustus Railway. There was just not enough local traffic to make it viable. The railway finally closed in 1946. Although its tracks were sold for scrap, you can still find other traces of the line, like this tunnel. So, a railway that never really made it. Interesting. Makes for a good walking path now. very long, but nicer than having to go up and over or around. So, all right, onward we go. Yeah, see, now that bridge I remember. So this trail, Great Glen Way, comes back down here, and I bet it meets back up with the road up there. So somehow that, yeah, this is definitely different than it was last year. But just came across this little bridge on the old railroad. And we'll work our way down here. When I get over to that bridge, I think I'll check the phone and see, but I should be, I think once we're following that, once we start following that canal, there's like a tow path, and then it's really flat, and you're getting pretty close to being done for the day. And it's so nice. When I get to one of the locks, I may stop and do like a time lapse of the boat coming up or down the way. But the sun's starting to come out. My shadow is visible. It's good. Good day to go. Well, made it onto the canal. And somehow, yeah, I think last year the trail ended up right here, and I had to cross the bridge and then down this side, but eventually we'll cross back over onto the other side. But yep, about 5 miles left to go today, and super easy to last. Actually, the whole day is just easy, real flat, no real hills to climb, just flat, which is good. You see a big boat up here. Must have just come up the lock, because I think up here is where, maybe a little further down, I don't remember. It seemed like there was where I stopped and had lunch and talked with the fellow that was operating the lock last year. I might stop and try to do I wanted to catch a boat going through on with a time lapse, and I'll have plenty of time to do it, because I mean it's only 10:30. I'll be in Fort Augustus at well before 1 o'clock, I think. If I just kept going, I don't really need to be there that early. Can't even check in to any place, to my hotel, until later than that. But Fort Augustus is kind of a nice little tourist town. That's where the Loch Ness, or it's the head of Loch Ness. So they have ferry rides that go out to some castle. Lisa and her friends did that last year. Instead of hiking the next section, they took the ferry, and then when they were done with that tour, they hopped a bus and made it to the next place, which is kind of an option, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'll end up walking tomorrow. I seem to enjoy that more than I do taking a day off. And I'll come back later. I just heard the little chime back at the road. The bridge is going to lift up and let them through. They've just come up the lock where that white building is. So they've been lifted up to this level. And next we'll cross over right where those people are and get out and be on the other side for the rest of most of the rest of the today. It'll be on the other side of the canal. But Emma Jane. So then the bridge will open up. We'll let them through. Where do we go? So this is one of the locks, and right now it's at this level. As you can kind of see, that door closes down and they drain it down to this level. Boat goes in and rises up. So pretty cool system. Kind of cool how that works. Like a little elevator for boats. Rise them up. Yeah, I'm really in no hurry because I'm like 4.5 miles from Fort Augustus. And it's only coming up on 11:15, so I've got plenty of time. And at the end of this will be another little lock, and maybe I'll get lucky and the boat will be about to go through it. I'll film that. I guess they've got towing canoes to portage around it, but such a beautiful day. Oh, I just can't believe it. The folks that I've been kind of traveling with, because they've been following the same path, stayed at the same spot 2 nights in a row, and they're from California, but they're going all the way through to whatever Invergary, I guess it is, maybe, which that's like 13 miles, which I didn't even know that was an option, really. I think both times that I've done this, I've stopped at St. Augustus. I don't know whether it's just a matter of where Max Adventure gets there, is able to get accommodations when you book. But yeah, adding that extra 3 miles on would make today not a bad day, but just it's kind of nice to have a really short day at this point in the trip, and 10 miles is nothing. But I don't know, it's interesting. Well, I'm getting close. I'm almost into Fort William now, and I'm kind of walking quickly because I'm hoping to find a restroom. I seem to always be rushing when I get to Fort William, either because it's raining or because I gotta pee. And last time it was both. But we are really close. We go down a couple of that's the locks before we get to the town proper. But yeah, less than a mile now. You can kind of see the first of the locks over there. And then it just goes down. And all along the right side, on the other side of the canal, are all these little restaurants and gift shops and things like that. So, yep, a good 10 mile, or 9.3 at the moment, or 9.93 at the moment. But by the time I get to the hotel, it'll be 10. You kind of see people crossing the little bridge down there. I will cross over there and I will find a place. Well, this is the locks at Fort Augustus. Kind of waiting to see when a boat might be coming up. And I'll set up here and try to get a picture or a video of a boat coming all the way up the lock with a time lapse. But as you can see, it is pretty much a perfect day here in Scotland. Can't believe it. Compared to June of last year when I was here, when it poured down rain and got me soaked. But this is absolutely perfect. And my hotel is just a little ways up the road, so I'm like 200 feet from where it is. So